A woman comes home from work after a long and difficult day and tries talking to her husband about it. At some point during the discussion, she mentions something concerning spreadsheets and immediately the guy's mind wanders off. He's busy thinking about some work to be submitted tomorrow while his wife is busy expressing herself. When she finishes, you can tell from his response that he wasn't listening at all. As a result, his wife feels even more frustrated, starts a fight which lasts several hours. If this keeps going on, what do you think will happen to their marriage? Listening is the base for building and maintaining relationships. People are drawn to and confide in good listeners. Listening is not simply keeping quiet and waiting impatiently for the other person to finish so that you can pour out all what's on your mind. Neither is it being keen to pick out any wrong thing the person says. But listening is a commitment and a compliment. Commitment because it is an active process which requires discipline. Being able to put your ego aside, especially during conflicts or when receiving critiques. Compliment because it tells the person talking that you care about what they have to say. Without listening, you tend to miss out important information and you can't anticipate problems. Real listening is intended for understanding, showing empathy, offering help, and learning. There's just no way you can learn without listening. Despite how important listening is, it isn't always easy to accomplish. What makes it so difficult? Comparing yourself with the other person, often in terms of who is smarter or more competent. Trying to figure out what they are thinking instead of listening. Planning what you say when the other party is done. Listening can need to get only what you want to hear. Once that's done, your mind wanders off. Drawing conclusions before having heard what the person has to say. This could have devastating consequences. Your mind could wander off while listening. Some people even change the subject when they feel uncomfortable. Have you ever met someone who's always right? It's practically impossible to teach or correct them, let alone give them critiques without things going south. Given the above issues, how then can you actually listen? 3 key points. Say in your own words what you think you understood. It avoids miscommunications, assumptions, errors, and helps in remembering. The other party feels heard, and that solves listening blocks. Ask questions to get a full understanding and give constructive and non-judgmental feedback based on what you understood. Remember, you are not affirming but testing to find out if you understood well. Your feedback should be immediate, honest, and supportive. In addition, imagine yourself in the person's place. Try to understand what they are going through and relate with them at a personal level. Put in efforts to see past what they might be expressing at the moment. Pain, for example, is often expressed through anger or denial. Consider all options without being judgmental. You don't have the whole picture. See past your opinions and beliefs and seek the truth. Don't jump to conclusions without listening to everything. Compare what you know with what you've heard and let your body language be consistent with your words. For instance, don't say you agree with your arms crossed, indicating that you are being defensive. How can you tell if someone is really listening to you, or what should you do to enhance the process? Maintain eye contact and lean slightly forward. Motivate the speaker by nodding or paraphrasing. Let them feel heard. Clarify by asking questions. No assumptions. Avoid any distractions. Don't go to a bar to discuss something personal. Rather, look for a quiet place where you won't be interrupted. And no matter how difficult it is, even if you are upset, commit yourself to understanding what was said.